The long wait is over. This is the big night of Mutya ng Dabaw 2026. What is up, Paul POW? My name is Rosalina, aka Paul POW, and welcome to our Paul POW Fiesta, the 89th round of Dabaw, particularly in Mutya ng Dabaw 2026. This is the big night, and we are going to find out who will be the Mutya ng Dabaw 2026. So come join us along with my partner for some exciting Mutya ng Dabaw 2026.
Ayaw, baka nagkurong ako.
Who is ready to participate? Find out. You're at Mutya ng Dabaw 2026. The big night. Let's go!
Tonight, as we come together to open the festivities for the 89th Araw ng Dabaw, also the discipline and values that define us as Dabawenyas.
Welcome to Patnubay, where nature meets elegance. Tonight, Galactic calls a new generation of GanDabawenyas dances. They aren't just here for a
to lead. Strong, determined. Let's meet our 20 empowered GanDabawenyas. From Barangay 76-Bukana, this is your BIG, a licensed pharmacist and a public health advocate, proudly representing Barangay Bunawan proper. This is Malia Francis Bacolanta Wickert, your Mutya 3, a second-year pharmacy student and an advocate for mental health awareness. Representing Barangay Pampanga, this is Jenny Tuico Manchas, your Mutya 4! An experienced TV news anchor, a youth community leader, and a freelance event host. Representing Barangay Maa, this is Sirlene Persilias Kapanit, and I am your Mutya 5, an interdisciplinary studies student, a field correspondent representing Barangay Galinan. This is Juana Marie Salada a martial artist, a graduate of biomedical engineering technology, and an advocate for women's reproductive health. I am Robin Grace Dabaw, proudly representing Barangay Bagogaliera, your Mutya
A licensed professional teacher major in social studies, a production assistant of a law firm company in the US, and now currently gearing for my Juris Doctoral degree, representing Barangay Bagong Playa. I am Maria Cheslu Bendigo, your Mutya Live!
A registered nurse and a resilient survivor of domestic abuse to black belt taekwondo athlete. From Barangay Alfonso Amyonto Sr., I am Nicole Sydney Orange Alfonso, yes, your Mutya 10!
A second-year student studying Bachelor of Science in International Tourism Management, a brand ambassadress, and a proud advocate representing Barangay Catalunan Grande. This is Ashley Churushume Masillones Bitoy, your Mutya 11!
Mabuhay Marayaw, a student nurse, singer, songwriter, and a community health advocate. Hailing from Barangay Itangan, I am Legion Zephaniah Erasania, your Mutya 12! An accountancy cum laude graduate and a certified public accountant. Proudly from Barangay Kapantian, this is Shia Faye Astorba Ilanan, your Mutya 13! Mabuhay Manayaw! A graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, an ovarian tumor survivor, and a women's health advocate. This is Brig Stephanie Lianas representing Barangay Tacuna, your Mutya 14! A second-year student taking Bachelor of Science in Architecture, a proud university scholar, and ambassadress of Pag-asa Youth Association of the Philippines, I am Mariah Miguela Viñas Cruz, proudly representing Barangay your Mutya 15! An educator, a customer support specialist, and a mental health advocate. Representing Barangay Talomo proper, this is Altalea Lilang Yuen, your Mutya 16! A trained psychological first aider, a proud chat scholar, and a public speaking enthusiast. This is Jamalka Morales Tuong, representing Barangay Talomo proper, and I am your Mutya 17! A former regional artist player, a freelance host, and a proud scholar of City College of Dabaw, proudly representing Barangay Talomo proper. Ako si Ian Alessandra Humawan Doromang Martinez, your Mutya 18! A BS medical biology student and an advocate for substance use disorder victims. Proudly hailing from Barangay Buhangin, I am Hannah Mary Gicali College Herald, your Mutya 19! A graduate of Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, a runway and fashion model, and an advocate for youth development. Representing Barangay Bukana 76-A, I am Ariana Isabel Doriano Santos, your Mutya 20!
2021 at GanDabawenyas will be awarded the most coveted title. She is ready. She is a trailblazer. And she is born to lead. Welcome to the Grand Coronation Night of Mutya ng Dabaw 2026!
chosen. So it's time to find out who is one step closer to the crown. Ladies and gentlemen, Dabawenyas, this is the announcement of our Mutya ng Dabaw 2026 Top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin with Mutya 6, Joanna Rivas.
Mutya 7, Angela Marie Amato.
Mutya 19,
Mutya 1, Joy Bermudo.
Mutya 10, Nicole Cindy Fortillas.
Mutya 3, Maria Leo President of Viva.
Mutya 13, Sheila Faye Izana.
Lucky number, Mutya 8.
2 spots left, ladies and gentlemen, and one of it is for Mutya. Mutya 18, Alessandra Martinez.
And the last spot belongs to Mutya. Mutya 5.
Congratulations to our Mutya ng Dabaw 2026 Top 10. And to the remaining candidates, you have shown us what it means to be proud to lead. We thank you for answering the call of Mutya ng Dabaw.
An interdisciplinary studies student and athlete, Joanna utilizes digital storytelling to document the diverse cultures and histories of Dabaw. Her advocacy focuses on amplifying unheard voices, weaving together beauty and cultural strength to serve her community with a heart. Mutya 7, Angela is a global representative and community coordinator who believes in the transformative power of personal narratives. She advocates for social media literacy to empower women and youth, helping them share their stories and grow their businesses with resilience and warmth. Mutya 19, Hana Ocean. Known as a leader girl, Hana Mary utilizes her global perspective and empathetic nature to lead with a headstrong vision. She advocates for victims of substance use and disorders, pushing for treatment-based solutions and awareness to replace social stigma.
Christine Bermudo, a lawyer and mother. Christine balances her professional expertise with a heart for service and maternal patience. Her advocacy, the Batang May Boses program, empowers children through literacy to ensure that they can confidently protect their rights.
Mutya 10, Nicole Fortillas. A registered nurse and domestic abuse survivor, Nicole uses a martial arts background to help others regain their strength and confidence. Through Project Unbreakable, she creates safe spaces and empowerment programs that define her courageous spirit and heart for service. Malia Woodard. As a registered pharmacist, Malia focuses her She provides essential medicines and preventive health education to Dabaw's most remote areas. Mutya 13, Shaila Iman. Shaila is a CPA and cum laude graduate who combines her professional expertise with a passion for public outreach. She champions sustainable living through financial literacy, teaching how responsible money management can directly lead to better environmental protection. Robin Lee, a biomedical engineering technologist and martial artist. Robin uses a platform to fearlessly lead with vision and confidence. She champions reproductive health awareness, drawing from a personal journey with purpose to destigmatize women's health issues through education. Sir Lee utilizes an international perspective to lead with private confidence. He spearheads Project Pag-asa, a research-driven initiative designed to improve community health literacy through education and empowerment.
So all you have to do is finish this line. The crown I seek is not for recognition, but for...
The crown I seek is not for recognition, but for purpose. As a GanDabawenya, we are not just the face of the city, but we are born to lead. And as someone who is a woman of today, we show to everyone that women are capable of leading. Women are capable of doing everything. And let me give you a message that we are not just women, we are women. Thank you. Sustainability in Dabaw should start with... Sustainability in Dabaw City should start with reliability. The remarkable milestone of the city of Dabaw and the Dabawenya people from all of these years have been a powerful tool, or it reflects our pride and resilience. And that is why as a Mutya, I will embody being sustainable and being reliable to all of you, because I've done the story of Dabaw City when I was still in Japan, and I'm gonna do it again here in my city to give back to the place that graced me. Thank you.
As a future queen, my responsibility is not to be seen, but...
As a future queen, my responsibility is not to be seen, but to be real. I believe sa GanDabawenya, you have to be real with your audience. You have to be real with the young girls who look up to you. Show your bad and good for the world to see, because then they understand that they are just as beautiful as the GanDabawenya on stage tonight. And as long as I'm able to make that young girl feel seen, I'm already doing my job as the GanDabawenya board to lead. Thank you.
Davaw's peace and order is... Davaw's peace and order is our pride. Dabawenyas are known to be disciplinado, not just because we follow rules, not out of fear, but out of respect for our people and for the city that we share. So as a Mutya, I will always advocate for caring for our city that is worth emulating. Because the beauty of Dabaw is not just tea, it is sustained by our service. Thank you.
At the end of this journey, I want Dabaw to see that I am...
At the end of this journey, I want Dabaw to see that I am strong. Earlier you saw me fall, but that just goes to show that every time life throws at a problem, an obstacle, a challenge that you always remember to stand up. Because every time that you learn from your past mistakes and choose to stand up, then at the end of every round, at every challenge, you will find yourself to still be standing.
In the age of social media, truth becomes.
In the age of social media, truth becomes hidden. For me, I believe that social media should be used responsibly. And of course, in today's generation, there's many informations that need to be credible. And we need to trust the information we see on social media. That's why I say hidden. But I believe that as a GanDabawenya and a Mutya here on stage, I want to advocate and allow people to know that we should use social media responsibly so we can be able to trust what we see on the internet. Thank you.
Beyond the glamour, pageantry is? Beyond the glamour, pageantry is about leadership. Because as a Mutya ng Davao, you are seen by a lot of people. You are heard by a lot of people. And because of that, you need to use your cause, you need to use your voice in order to use your platform and inspire the people of Davao. Because leadership is all about responsibility. And responsibility takes a lot from a GanDabawenya. And because of that, we are born to lead. Thank you.
The most pressing issue I see in my community is?
The most pressing issue I see in my community is isolation. We live in a media world driven by screens, and I sometimes see my family members on their phones all the time. And as a Mutya ng Davao, I want to urge everybody to connect with your community. Start with yourself, your family, your barangay, and the entire city. Because this city deserves to be heard, to be seen, and to be lived by each and every one of us. Thank you!
My journey as a Dabawenya has shaped me to a globally competent citizen. As a city of Davao recognizes as a city of life, it is not just standing for 100 years, but it has catapulted as chief executive and judicial and legislative core foundation of our leadership. And as a proud GanDabawenya, it is very important that we uphold our values wherever our feet will take us. Thank you.
At a time when the world is changing, Dabaw should.
At a time when the world is changing, Dabaw should remain authentic and resilient, knowing that we've faced so much obstacles, struggles in so many aspects, in terms of governance, in terms of healthcare system, in terms of poverty, and many more. And there's one thing that I want to change the narrative, that we Dabawenyos are weak. Because we Dabawenyos, hindi tayo mahina. Tayo ang lakas. So I challenge you to always raise your voices, stand your grounds, and be the force that strives for a positive change. Daghang salamat. And now we are ready to reveal our top 5 finalists. And our first finalist is Mutya! Mutya 5!
Mutya 6, Joanna Marias Umas. Mutya 19,
And completing the top 5 is Mutya! Number 2! Mutya!
And that's it, Dabawenyas, your top 5 for Mutya ng Davao 2026. And of course, all of them will be awarded titles, but who will make it to the top?
As a potential Mutya ng Dabaw, how can you use the culture of security we practice here in Davao City as a blueprint to advocate for global peace and solidarity on the international stage.
As Mutya ng Dabaw, I will utilize my platform to influence and educate people by advocating for collective responsibility and fostering the sense of community in order to achieve the best Dabaw by utilizing sustainable solution, utilizing the peace and order here in Davao City, and also inculcating this to the younger generations to come. Because I really believe that each one of us portrays a vital role in creating a positive change, and we just need to ignite our inner torch and start believing in our full potential. So I dare you all, speak up and try to illuminate that fire within you. Daghang salamat.
As a Mutya ng Dabaw, we are not just the face of the city, and we are not just born to lead, but we are also born to speak up and to challenge the status quo. The war that we are experiencing right now is devastating. We see families being displaced, children who lost their access to their education and hope, and communities who continue to live in fear. And here in Davao City, the city has owned a reputation for being safe and organized, and that is because of our good governance. And so with that, I believe what we can do is to strengthen diplomacy and dialogue, because through dialogue, we can conquer everything. And as a Mutya ng Dabaw, we are here to rise and speak up for the issues that matters. Because true progress doesn't lie within just our people. It lies when everyone feels safe and secure. Thank you.
As a Dabawenya, I am most proud of our culture of security. So I can bring it to the global stage by promoting our city, by leading with example. I will show the world why we are known to be the safest city in the world. Because in the war in Iran, while government makes the decision, it is always the people that suffer the consequences. So we must always choose leaders who have the heart for their people, because the leaders would shape, their voices would shape the direction of our nations. And as a Mutya, I will also advocate for our people to cooperate, because one light may flicker in the dark, but when we choose to shine together, the darkness no longer stands a chance. Thank you.
So my depiction of what the culture of security is rooted in is in education. And how do we educate people? By starting a dialogue. It's so hard to say that we should be non-political these days when everything we do is political. And we have to be respectful in terms of our political views and opinions. And we should be able to share it to one another. And that is my role as Mutya, to have that engaged dialogue. Because politics will haunt us in our wages, our fuel, and our education. And we must talk about politics like it's a life and death situation. Because Filipino lives, no, human lives, are quite literally on the line. Thank you.
I believe that Davao City is one of the safest cities here in our country. Not because we're just disciplined, but also because we have hope. Hope for a better life, hope for a better future for ourselves and our children. As a Mutya ng Dabaw, I will use this hope to inspire people to be better for ourselves and for others. When Pandora's box was opened to humanity, it was war and bad things that came out, but one thing was left. It was hope. And that hope is the one that strengthens our indomitable human spirit that continues us to live on and makes us brave Dabawenyas. Thank you.
And now, for the last time, our Mutya ng Davao 2025 Queens. Dubai ng Davao 2025, Angel Alicaba.
A year ago, I stood at the beginning of this journey, not fully knowing what was ahead of me, only carrying hope, uncertainty, and a quiet belief that maybe I was meant to be here. And now, standing here tonight, I realized this journey was about who I would become along the way. To the Davao Queens and my Mutya sisters, thank you for this shared journey. In each of you, I found pieces of myself that I was still learning to grow into. And to Davao, it has been the greatest honor of my life to carry your name, your stories, and your pride. Once again, this is Angel Alicaba, always and forever your Patnubay ng Davao 2025.
Pag-asa ng Davao 2025, Catriana Batu.
When I started to go into farming, people questioned why I was there. I was young, I was a woman, and I just didn't look the part. I showed up anyway, but then I realized a sad truth. Fewer people are choosing farming, even if it is one of the most important things. So when I was given the opportunity to join Mutya ng Dabaw, I knew exactly why I should. Even as a first-timer, even when it was hard, I held on to that purpose. This may be my first and last pageant, but I'm grateful of what I was able to do in the short amount of time that was given to me. To my fellow Dabawenyos, this is Catriana Batu, your Pag-asa ng Dabaw 2025.
Diwa ng Dabaw 2025. Dana Gabriel Talto.
Standing here tonight, I realized that this journey was never just about the crown. When I first stepped into the stage, I carried dreams but also doubts. Doubts about whether I was ready, I was capable, or I truly belonged in a space as big as this. To my Mutya sisters, thank you for the laughter, the tears, and the sisterhood that only we can truly understand. Tonight, as I take my final walk as Diwa ng Dabaw 2025, I do not walk away from this ground. I carry everything it has taught me. The courage to step forward, the humility to serve, and the belief that one life when lived with purpose can truly make a difference. Daghang salamat, Davao. This may be the end of a reign, but it will never be the end of my service. Once again, this is Dana Gabriel Talto, your Diwa ng Dabaw 2025. Padayon ta.
And now, your 52nd Mutya ng Davao. Let's all welcome Rebecca Gail Celis.
A year ago, I stood on this very stage and I said, I cannot change the world alone, but if I cast a stone in the river, then I can create ripples that can change the world. And tonight, as I make my final walk, I realized that the stone I cast did not just create ripples, but waves of change in the children that I've held, in communities, and in conversations where I represented every Dabawenyo. Being a Mutya taught me that being a woman is not about standing on a pedestal, but about embracing every part of your truth, even the ones that the world does not always understand. This is my story now. This is my story where I get to love a tiny human more than anyone else in this world. And in that, I found my purpose. To God Almighty, I lift this all up to you. I am a representation of your glory. And thank you for blessing me with the opportunity of sharing my story. To my Mutya sisters, the past Mutyas, the reigning, Reinas and Hiyas, and of course everyone else who loved me, I will surely miss each one of you. And as I pass on this title, I carry with me everything that this crown has taught me, that leadership is not about perfection, but truth. Not about image, but impact. Excuse me, ganito po talaga pag live show. Sandali lang po. I face so many challenges as Mutya. And honestly, standing here today, seeing all of your faces, waiting for your next Mutya, it refreshes me because it gives me hope. That is why my next message to the next Mutya is don't listen to the noise. Lead with heart. Be fearless in your truth and never forget that your story, no matter how imperfect, is your greatest power. Davao City, the world is watching us tonight. And us, Dabawenyos, we will lead the way. My story doesn't end here. it's just the beginning. Once again, this is Rebecca Gail Celis, a paralegal, a law student, a public servant, and your Mutyanang Davao, now a proud mother. Daghang salamat, Dabawenyos.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to crown our queens, beginning with Patnubay ng Dabaw 2026.
Our Patnubay ng Dabaw 2026 is Mutya! Mutya 8! Robin Grace Lee! 2025.
Congratulations, Patnubay ng Dabaw 2026! Our Pag-asa ng Dabaw 2026 is... Mutya 5! Serlin B. Cabanit! Once again, congratulations to our Pag-asa ng Dabaw 2026! Your Sinag ng Dabaw 2026 is... Mutya! Mutya 1! Christine and Joy Bermudo!
After a month of competition, we are here at this very moment. We will announce first is our Mutya
thumbs up for our Mutya ng Dabaw 2026, the big night. I sincerely apologize, I don't have enough videos to show you because my battery is already dead. So, but anyway, it was a whole lot of fun. Congratulations to Mutya 19, Hannah Colencherian, for winning the Mutya ng Dabaw 2026. But that's it for me here at Mutya ng Dabaw 2026. Thank you so much for watching POW, and don't forget to subscribe on our vlog channel, POW Vlog, and on our main channel, Paul POW, and follow us on Facebook. And for more fun at the Galaxy, do follow us on Twitch, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and on Blue Sky. But that's it for me, alongside Flashy. This has been Paul POW saying so long here at the Galaxy. Hey!